Hello everyone, this is Catherine's Granny Squares, and we're doing the third video on making a virus shawl using cotton yarn, and we're using 4-ply cotton yarn. I can't believe I'm making a virus shawl with 4-ply cotton yarn. This is a PATONS, it's 100% cotton, and it's in the colourway denim. The numbers are a little bit faded, 1697 I believe, because I've had this yarn in my stash. So we left the last video on row 6. We're now going to join on row 7. We're going to do row 7 and 8, which are the last 2 rows of the repeat. So let's get on with it, shall we? So let's pick up on row 7. So I'm using a 4mm crochet hook, and the yarn actually recommends a 3.25, but I feel for me a 4 works. So to do this row, we start off by chaining up 4, as in the previous rows. That will represent a treble and chain 1. So do your 4 chains, turn the work, and then we're going to do a treble in the next stitch along, followed by a chain 1. We're going to continue doing that along the row until we reach the 4 chain space. So treble, chain 1. When we reach the little loop of the 4 chains, we're just going to do a treble. But until then, it is treble, chain 1 in each stitch along. You can whiz along if you like and meet me there. Otherwise, I'm doing a treble and a chain 1. So I'm at the last stitch before the little loop, and I should just be doing a treble there, and also I should be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've just done 1 too many. Let's take that out. Can't emphasize counting in the virus shawl, how important it is. So we've got this little loop. We're going to miss that little loop, and we're going to start this pattern again, making sure we don't go in the side of the little loop here, the little 4 chain loop, and we're going to go into the first proper treble, and we're going to start the sequence again. Treble, chain 1. Very fine working in this 4-ply, but it was in my stash. I did buy it originally. I think I said this on one of the previous videos in this series, and if I didn't, I'll say it now, I did buy it to make a cardigan. I don't know what I was thinking, because that cardigan didn't really get finished. I think it's still in one of my project boxes, so I thought, well, I'll use it up. Hopefully making a virus shawl, it will work up quicker than a cardigan, and it should get used up. Can't waste yarn, it's too expensive. So I'm going all round making a treble and a chain one. I'm going to be continuing right across and down the other side in this same sequence, treble, chain one, until I reach the little loop like on the other side, and then I'll only do a treble. But we'll do a count like I did before, to make sure I'm on target. I'm just going to stop and do a count now. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, missed the little space. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So don't do a chain one there, just put your yarn over ready, miss the little 4 chain loop, taking care not to go into the side, and start the sequence again in the first treble, and we'll work treble, chain one to the end of this row. Treble, chain one, treble, chain one. Now when we get to the end, I should check. If you've been watching the previous videos, you'll know that I have got a little note here of how I end each row. Last treble on the end of row 7 on the top of the previous 3 chain. So that should be okay, but again we'll do our count to make sure. So we missed the little 4 chain space. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, that's correct. So that is the end of row 7. So now we're going to go on to row 8. So to start row 8, we need to chain 10. 1, 2, 3 to represent the treble, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn the work, and then we're going to secure into the second space, so not the first space there just underneath, but second space, secure with a double crochet, going to turn my pattern because I do need to follow my pattern at the beginning when I'm doing the virus shawl, and then I get into it. And then we're going to chain up 4, we're going to miss a space and secure in the next space with a double crochet, and we're doing that again. Chain up 4, miss a space, secure in the next space with a double crochet. Sorry, I looked away there. And again. Chain up 4, miss a space and secure in the next space with a double crochet. So you've got your big loop and 1, 2, 3 little loops. And then we're going to chain 7. And we're going to miss, we're in this space here, we're going to miss the next little space, the bigger space and the next little space, and we're going to secure with a double crochet into the 4th space along. Oops. There we go. Just going to show you that again. So we did the big loop, 1, 2, 3 little loops. We did 7 chains and we're missing 1, 2, 3 spaces, and we're securing into the 4th space along. Now we've done that, we're going to do some little loops again. So little loops of 4 chains. We're going to miss a space and secure into the next space. We're doing that again. Miss a space, secure into the next space using double crochets to secure, and again. Miss a space, secure into the next space with a double crochet. When we've done that, we're going to do another chain 7. And we're going to miss a space and secure into the next space with a double crochet. And that is the top of your shawl. So now we're going to go down the other side and we're going to repeat exactly what we've just done. So therefore we need to make a big loop. Seven chains for big loops, miss a space, secure into the next space with a double crochet. And then we need to do the little loops. So 4 chains for little loops, miss a space, secure in the next space with a double crochet, and again, miss a space, secure in the next space with a double crochet, and again. Miss a space, secure in the next space with a double crochet. And then we're going to go for a big loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to be doing what we did on the other side, missing the little loop, the big loop, big space, and the little loop here. Oh, I'm saying loops, spaces. So 1 little space, 1 big space, 1 little space, and securing into the 4th space. 1, 2, 3, securing there. This was the hardest part for me of the virus shawl to master. So miss 1, 2, 3 spaces in effect and double crochet to secure into the 4th space along. Now we're going to make 4 chains and we're going to make some little spaces, little loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, miss a space, secure in the next space. 4 chains, miss a space, secure into the next space, and again. Miss a space, secure into the next space, and now we're going to do our big loop to finish, so 7 chains. And again, I'm going to be checking my notes. Large treble on top of 3rd of the 4th chain. So locate the 3rd of chain of this 4 chain you did. And do your last treble. So that is the end of the repeat of the virus shawl. So to repeat, the repeat is rows 5 to 8, and you continue working rows 5 to 8 until you reach the size of the shawl that you want, and then you can finish on a row 7. So here I've gone on a bit further. So you can see here I've filled up these loops here, so I've done half of a repeat there, if you like, rows 5 and 6, and you can see the sun coming in now, so we might have just finished this in time before we have lots of peculiar shadows that come in this window because it's a bay window. But anyway, we've got that finished, and if you haven't subscribed, I was going to say, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you're more than welcome to subscribe. I have got other videos on the virus shawl, which were my original videos, which I made in our UK lockdown, and I did those for the charity Healthy Generations, and then I went on to use them and make my own channel. But I just wanted to try and do a virus shawl with cotton yarn, because I'm thinking, well, that winter sun's soon going to be, as I said, into the spring weather, and I do like to have a little shawl just round my shoulders, and I think this one's going to look really nice when it's finished, and it's something I haven't got, and I thought I'd like to try and demonstrate it. This last couple of rows for me have always been the most difficult to do, so I hope I've explained that clearly, and indeed if there's any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments below. So I hope you've enjoyed that little series. Don't forget, there is a tips on beginning a virus shawl video on my channel, and if you're looking for that, it has got the let me just bring it, it's got this shawl on the front of that tips. You'll see that's a bit bigger than on the video of the tips, because I did a bit more work on there. Couldn't resist it, couldn't resist doing a little bit more on the virus shawl. So I will hopefully see you all soon. I hope these videos have been informative, and I hope you'll have a go at making the virus shawl using cotton yarn, and don't be afraid to go for it, because as I say, there's never in a month for Sundays did I think I would use 4-ply cotton yarn to make a virus shawl, especially after that cardigan sitting in my stash. been handmade. Okay, thank you for watching all my videos, and I will see you hopefully soon. Bye for now.